surely with the democratization of the internet, everyone should have an equal way of seeing things. But what I found, and Amazon is a prime example of this, because there's so much there, their engine and algorithms can't show you it all.
Yeah.
So you don't, it's not even that they're trying to keep the man down or anything like that. They literally just can't do it. If I go to Amazon now and I look for a certain type of book, I will find examples based on what other people have bought. But they're not seeing this other stuff either.
Yeah.
So it becomes a reinforcement
It's a
of the
self-fulfilling
standard.
prophecy. It's
Yes.
like, well, other people bought this because it was recommended to them. So now it's
Exactly.
being recommended to me, so it makes me more likely to buy it. And that just means that the next person is even more likely to just be recommended that book.
What we actually need is some sort of curation.
Yeah, you're never going to get that. That's
No,
the
because it's expensive. Who can even Amazon, with their massive amounts of wealth, cannot afford to have 10, 20, 100 people sitting around reading ebooks in order to curate the amount of stuff that's there.
No, they can afford. They just don't want to pay it.
No, they can't because of the amount.
Well, yeah, you'd never get through it. And you know, sometimes it's a case of you can have too much of a good thing. Democratizing publishing or music or film just means that more stuff gets lost in the chatter.
Absolutely. Anyway, I think we've gone off topic, so have we covered this?
What, the death of the high street? I think we've talked about it before.
No, we're not on about the death of the high street. We're on about hobbies. That's where we stand. This has gone very strange.
Actually, no, it is interesting. To bring it around full circle here, full circle. Death of the high street as well. I think we can add that in as a reason. Because you go down into any town now, it's very difficult to find, from my personal hobby, a model shop. They're few and far between. When I was young, there would be not just the little specialist model shops, and they were much more frequent in number, but there were also toy shop chains. I remember, do you remember Toy Master?
I do remember Toy Master, and I remember one that began with B as well, which wasn't B.
It wasn't Boys.
B-O-Y-E-S.
Oh, they're still on the go, but I don't think they sell toys.
They used to. They had a little section.
Yeah, I mean, saying that, a lot of department stores would have a toy shop.
Yeah.
And that would include model railways. And they just don't anymore. You get all this cheap tat in that's being imported on the cheap from China. And it's very much a vacuous here today, gone tomorrow. And that plays this throwaway society. And I find there's this bizarre juxtaposition between, like, we need to go green, we need to reduce plastic waste, blah, 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 blah. And yet, what's being pushed and sold in the shops is cheap, breakable plastic tat that, you know, it's like, you've got to have the latest, otherwise you're a loser if you don't have the latest golden, I know you know what I want to say, but I'm not going to say it on the video here.
Here is a golden pineapple. It's made out of spoons, and you must have it.
Yeah,
but tomorrow there'll be a different one. It'll be a golden pineapple plus.
Yeah, and you're a loser unless you've got the newest one, and then you can throw away the old one.
But as opposed to the other thing that's on the high street, which is cheap plastic collectible tat made in their millions, so it's never going to be worth anything. Funko Pops are Beanie Babies. No one wants Beanie Babies.
But new stuff doesn't last. You look at kids' toys now, it's plastic tat, and it doesn't survive because it's so cheaply made. Whereas when we were kids, I mean, I can remember toys made of wood openly sold in the high street. And those things last. In my parents' loft somewhere, they still have some of these, you know, the old Fisher-Price wooden toys. And they're still as good as the day they were new. But modern toys just don't seem to do that.
The other thing, though, is I'm talking about things that break. He-Man figures. My He-Man figures broke when I was a kid.
Always back to He-Man.
You turned it and it came back to the front. It was their attack thing, just turning the attacks. I used to have a load of He-Man figures that didn't do that after 6 months because the plastic band inside would break.
Actually, also, you played with them to death. You loved them.
I did. I enjoyed my He-Man and my Ghostbusters. But then, you can still get the models. The little toys are still around. And I think, to a certain extent, we've lost that as well. So, collectibles, I don't think it's going to last as a hobby.
Could there also be And I've just thought of another reason. It's like almost like it goes back to that democratization almost becomes bad because things get lost in the chatter. It's almost like there's too much tap being forced at people, and it becomes like a white noise of things. And you see this very much with these sort of weekly collectible magazine things, like the diagnostic. What's the name of that?
D'Agostino.
Yeah, and. You know the ones like, build your own life-size Titanic in 9 million easy issues. And it's almost like there's too much. And people get to realise that the publishers of these drop them like a ton of bricks as soon as a lot of people get bored. So there becomes this very real risk that you'll never be able to complete it anyway. And it kind of desensitizes people to investing in these things in the first place.
When you see so much of it and you know it's not going to be around, why would you bother? Anyway, we really should cut this short now because we're going to go over old ground again. Right, no problem. Well, anyway, I hope that's been informative to you. I'm Jennifer Kirk. This is the hashtag Sci-Fi Chat podcast. And with me, Zoe Kirk Robinson, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Okay, let's bounce.